Hey everyone, it's Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I have been having so much fun watching everyone else's plan with me's. I thought that I might give it a go. So obviously I am a novice, and you'll notice that a lot of the time I am out of the frame, and I'll be working on that. But yeah, it was a fun experience, so I'm just giving it a go. Another thing I wanted to mention was that my nails are not perfect, and my planner's not either. So, planning is a hobby for me, and I just really, I don't know, I don't want to get too uptight about it. So, without further ado, this kit is by Samantha May Sticks. My daughter picked it out for her birthday week because her favorite color is orange. Her birthday was Tuesday, and we celebrated it on Friday. So, yeah, that's what a lot of this this week is about. So I just decided to put the today headers right across the top. So lately I've been really into like using mostly what's in the kit and not pulling a ton of other functional things in. I don't know. It just, like, I'm cheap, and it makes me feel a little bit better if I'm getting the use out of the kits that I'm buying. So this is a memory planner. It's a Recollections planner. I bought it again. I'm cheap. I wasn't sure if I was going to want to continue to plan in a vertical style planner, so when I got a good deal on this one at Michael's, I snagged it, and I have been using it since July, and I have been really liking it. So I used to plan with an Erin Condren planner, and then I switched over to Rings and TN setup. So it's been a while. It's been about 7 years since I have done any vertical planning. So as a memory planner, I do kind of just try to do it every couple of weeks, catch up, and I do put pictures in it. Also, it shook a little bit right there because when I unfolded the planner, I hit the tripod. So, yeah, there we go again. Just a little bit about me while I'm putting these headers in. I am a military wife. My husband's in the Navy. He's been in the Navy for 12 years now. We have 4 kids, and we do homeschool. So we are home all the time, and I don't know, planning just seems like a great outlet for me. If I have to be organized, at least it's pretty and fun. So also newbie, I was picking out my full boxes in the order. I wanted to kind of go back and forth between the navy and the orange, and I was arranging them on my arm, and yeah, you couldn't see that. You can kind of see it there now. So it was a busy week. Like I said, it was my daughter's birthday week, and we just moved into this house about a month ago, and we're still kind of getting things moved in, unpacked. There was a lot of yard work to be done before we had her party on Friday, because it wasn't a housewarming party, but it was almost that vibe because it was the first time a lot of the people were seeing our party, or our house, not our party. So I kind of debated on using these date covers because they were the same navy as the Today headers, but in the end, I went with it, and I think it turned out cute. So we actually just moved back to an area that we lived in about 10 years ago. My daughter and my son were born here, and it's funny how, we've moved away and we've come back, and a lot of the same people are still here. And so it was so great to catch up with some of our old friends that we hadn't seen in 10 years. And we've had 2 more kids, and they have had, one of them had 3 more children, another one had 2 more children since the last time we had seen them. So it was just really fun to catch up. So these foiled numbers are actually from Hobby Lobby, and I got them with a 40% off coupon, and they were originally $4. So I mean, super cheap, and they're actually really nice. They're squared, so you can kind of line things up, and they're not, maybe the super fanciest font, but they really do the job, and I have enjoyed them. I actually tried to find the silver ones because I know that with winter coming up, I'm going to be having more silver spreads, but I couldn't find them in the store. I actually ordered those ones online when I had bought some other things. I just threw them in my cart. But if I see them, I will let you guys know. I was kind of peeking back at my sidebar from previous weeks because as a memory planner, I don't do a whole lot of tracking in here, so usually I do track like what book I'm reading or listening to, Instagram posts or followers, any kind of big event of the week. So this week, for example, I put a half box on there, and I'm going to note that we were celebrating my daughter's birthday. I also like to do a weekly Monday through Sunday kind of post with all of our things that are happening, any big thing that day. This is where I get really bad because, again, I am scooting it down out of the frame. So I'm sorry about that. That's the way it goes. Oh, also, I am very bad at putting down stickers. Had a little bit of crookedness going on, and as you can see, I really was on the struggle bus with that one sticker. I don't know why some of them I can put down crooked and I just let it go, but other ones it's like I have to straighten them out. So I ended up taking off. Originally I had 2 full boxes, one at the top, one at the bottom. I ended up taking off the one at the bottom because it wasn't going to fit in everything that I wanted to put. So I put in another half box for the book that I'm currently reading, which is the last Harry Potter book, which I never read in high school or in middle school I think it originally came out when I was in middle school, maybe before that. So heading into our daily plans, on Monday I had a doctor's appointment first thing in the morning, so I used a foiled stethoscope icon from Scribble Prints Co. And then my daughter had ridden with me that day because we were going to go run some errands afterwards. So we stopped at DQ and picked up some blizzards. So I used a little shake cup from Narak Designs to note that. And then we did go to Walmart after that, and we picked out all her her party decorations, and we ordered her cake as well. And I used Jez from Grumpy Bear Co. hugging her little cupcake to show that. And then when we came home, my husband and our 2 younger kids were out swimming, and he decided that he wanted to put together the trampoline that we had purchased. It's a bigger trampoline. We have a bigger yard here, so we were able to buy a bigger one. And so I used 2 munchkins who I think it was from like a friend's sheep, but they were really cute. I thought they looked like they were jumping. So I used that. And then a scribbler from Scribble Prints Co., who is swimming because we did kind of have a barbecue and a swim night. And then finally, a little gift from Simply Watercolor Co. that is gold foiled to denote wrapping presents for my daughter. So here I put a half box up at the top to mark my daughter's birthday. And I used one of these little kitty, I think it's called Meowgie. I could be wrong. But it's from The Giving Girl, and it's so cute. It's like a celebrating cat. So then I used a leftover balloon sticker from a kit from Two Little Bees to show that she was 9 that day. Then I put in this navy quarter box to note that I had a working interview that morning at an ultrasound clinic. I do work part-time, occasionally doing sonograms. I went ahead and added a lollipop sticker, and that's just to show that my daughter wanted a cookie bouquet for her birthday instead of a traditional cake that day. Then I searched for a half box to put over this full box, which I really didn't want to do, but I didn't want to leave out the fact that we went out for a special birthday dinner at my daughter's favorite restaurant, which is Texas Roadhouse. On Wednesday, my husband stayed home from work in the morning and we did a Target run. We got a bunch of stuff for the house, most notably new rugs for under our tables in the schoolroom and also in the dining room. So I was really excited about that, and I needed him to help carry it. And then next, when we got home, my husband went to work and I went to work on organizing some things in our playroom and schoolroom. So I've got this super cute box with a little teddy bear peeking out from Bubblemon Sticker Co. Is that how you say that? I'm not sure, but I'll link it down below. While I was working so diligently, my little ones were super quiet, which is never good. So I went to check on my 2 and 3-year-old and I found that they had gotten into my older daughter's nail polish and dumped it all over her room. So for that, I did use a little Munchkin Peking and the Narak Design nail sticker. Then I did a half box with a rose-colored days gold foil sweeper to show that I had to clean up my entire daughter's room. Then I just put a meal sticker down to note what we were having for dinner and a little heart at the bottom to show that I had applied to a second position at a different location that evening. And while we do homeschool, I like to work on the weekends. It gives me a little bit of just like out and about time. That previous job that I interviewed for earlier in the week did not work out because they did not have a good schedule system, and I need a good schedule because I have to get a babysitter a lot of the time. Anyways, moving on. On Thursday morning, I got up early and I worked on some of our scheduling and some of our books and things for homeschool as we're going to start next week. And then I also got together several quotes to send out to clients. I am a Disney and Universal travel agent. We also do cruises and things like that. And I really, really love doing it. So it's something that I will get up early and work for. I use this cute Fox and Pip girl working at her computer, and also this Coffee Monster Co. Disney emoji for my Disney planning. And then my husband got home from work and we ran out to grab some medicine that was being refilled, and we also swung over to Chick-fil-A to grab something to eat, in which my 2-year-old got stuck up in the top of the play place. She couldn't figure out how to get down and started having a legitimate panic attack, and I had to crawl all the way up in there and get her. And I used this Chick-fil-A Grumpy Bear to note that. Something to definitely note in my memory planner. I was trying to note that I was going shopping by myself in the evening that night after my kids went to bed, and I wanted to do a heart checklist to show where I went, but it just wasn't going to fit. So I ended up just using a quarter box with a heart from the kit over it, and I will just write in that I went shopping that night. On Friday, I had to do a bunch of weeding. Our house had been vacant for a couple months before we moved in, and the yard had really been neglected. And before our party that night, I just wanted to spruce it up a little bit. So it was really, really hot, y'all. After that, I just put in a little Coffee Monster Co. emoji eating pizza and a grumpy bear hanging out in his unicorn pool floaty to show that we had a pizza and pool party for my 9-year-old daughter. It was so much fun catching up with our old friends, and to the credit of our kids and their kids, I mean, you would have never known they had just pretty much met that day. I mean, some of them had met, but they were really little babies. So I just love that. I love, obviously it's hard being a military family as a jet flies by outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but obviously it's hard on the kids, it's hard on us, hard on our, relationships, but it's also awesome that we can just kind of bloom where we're planted and make a new home wherever we are and just reconnect with friends. So moving on to Saturday, I got up early in the morning again and just really got to work on some more of my Disney and Universal marketing quotes, and then I used a Narak bunny there peeking over the laptop, which I think is so cute because it's marked with a little carrot instead of the apple. And then I used a My Newest Addiction meal prep sticker there with the vegetables to note that I started the keto diet that day. I was having super bad migraines, and I thought maybe a change in my diet would really help out. I mean, on top of I would like to lose some weight. So we'll see how that goes. If any of you have ever done keto, or if you're doing keto and you have thoughts on that, I would love to hear it. Drop them below. Then I put in a half box with a little Running Man, which is to signify that my kids had ice skating lessons, because that's the closest thing that I have to an ice skating icon right now. That is the foiled one from Scribble Prints Co. Then I put in a book binge sticker from Creating & Co. to note that I totally binged out on a book. I love reading, and it was, what is it called? The Sound of Gravel. It's about like a polygamist. It's a memoir about a girl who was raised in polygamy. It was really interesting. Then on Saturday morning, I noted with a grumpy bear carrying his groceries that we did have that grocery pickup. We use Walmart grocery pickup, and I love it. Then I took my kids to the bookstore, so I used an emoji with a bunch of books in its hand, and then I did some meal prep because, like I said, starting this new keto thing, I needed to prep some lunches and snacks so that it would be easier to kind of stay on the train of it. So that is everything. Thank you all so much for watching, and let me know what you think. I would love your opinions, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.